Alright, it's on Twitch now. You're the slowest typer in the world.
I didn't know what I'm writing, so I'm thinking about it as I write it.
Goodness, I can't bear it.
What?
I can't bear this.
What, my typing?
Yes, it's painful. I'm just so used to seeing letters fly across that screen.
You know I'm not a big typist, right?
Oh, I know what you are.
You're a typist. Alright, going to pee, not touching anything, so better work when I get back.
Okay. I'll just entertain anybody who comes in.
Everything still working?
I still hear you.
Alright. You retweeted me? Okay. Just give a second for all our guests to join in. You can check the chat.
Yep, I will keep an eye on the chat. Get to it.
What?
Let's get to it.
I'm sending out an email real quick, or a text. To my girlfriend.
Oh boy.
She wanted to watch live. Did I tell you she watched all of her other Wantsomerye?
She did.
Yes.
Why didn't she ask any questions in the chat room?
She watched them on YouTube.
Oh, I see.
Alright.
She said she did anyway.
We are now live on Wantsomerye.
Finally.
Finally. We had some technical issues last week. I didn't have my computer on me. I was in Kansas City. But I'd already moved to Tacoma. I just went back for 4th of July weekend. But I'm here now, back in my empty house, trying to play some Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I'm ready. If anybody's watching this and knows of a better way to sync up audio and video and stream it, please tell us. I will pay you almost any sum.
Yeah. This is our 5th time, and each time we spend an hour trying to get audio to work.
I think I'm going to do some research and try to figure this out.
Yes. I also got a new headset that's coming in, but it's coming in the mail because I ordered one because the local ones I didn't like were too expensive. So I'm still using this weird earpiece thing, so I'm actually yelling right now. Hopefully I don't sound too loud, but it's the only way that mgroves can hear me.
You don't sound like you're yelling at all, to me anyway.
I'm actually yelling. Hopefully viewers at home, we aren't yelling too much. But anyway, the game we're playing, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers, is the first out of 3 Gabriel Knight games. The other Gabriel Knight games went weird turns because they were kind of syncing up with trends at the time in the 90s. The second trend besides the, what's it, like 8-bit or 16-bit like point-and-click adventures of the 90s are popular, they went to the full motion video games.
Yeah.
That was the second one, and the third one was a weird 3D type game. Because that was a big trend going on.
Yeah.
Those have good stories, but I think this one has the best mix of graphics and stories that's fun to play.
This is widely considered to be possibly one of the top 5 or even top 3 adventure games of all time. So this is a really good choice, and I'm looking forward to playing it for probably the dozenth time that I've played this game.
It's every time I see it played or play it, I always enjoy it. We did play it when we were younger together. I don't know if you remember that. Mostly because I always kept recording the same line over and over again in coming years. It's one of my go-to like stupid lines that makes no sense.
Yep.
And it is the line, "What do you know about voodoo?" Just asking random people, which is great in the game because you just get a list of questions you can ask anybody you want. And asking your mother, "What do you know about voodoo?" in the game, I mean, it's just hilarious. So we'll do that.
Yes, it's great. So let's get on with it.
All right, let's get on with it. Sorry if I'm shaking the computer screen or my video. I have nothing in my house, so I'm playing on boxes. So Priorities. I get my household goods tomorrow. I've had them for not had them for like a month. So if you've ever moved in the military, you won't have your stuff for a month. Suck up and take it. Anyway, so we haven't played any of this recently together. Hopefully it all syncs up well. And you guys want to do the intro or just
sure? Let's do it.
Intro it is.
It's a pretty quick intro.
Yes, the video is that small. I can't make it bigger.
This was one of those newfangled CD-ROM games at the time.
The snake on some pilgrims. Police office.
No, not police office. The bookstore.
The bookstore. That's Gabriel. The actor they chose for Gabriel Knight in the second one, he looks very similar, but not quite the same. Alright.
Can we skip the credits?
Yes.
Okay.
Now this is the actual game, so everybody knows.
Yes. This game is played as a series of days, which is kind of unique amongst adventure games.
I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as wore her scented skin. As was her scented skin.
Very nice dramatic reading. It's a little, you get a line of a poem each day, and it adds up to a whole cohesive work.
Now, if you watch the end of our last video series...
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. If he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but...
Yes, you could do better.
Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Hey, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
Right.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And
Violate
I
your rights.
located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps.
Oh.
Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'll show you the layout. So the icons are walk, look, question, I don't know what my exclamation point is,
It's command or just say something.
There's work. There's like push,
Mhm.
pick up, and open. One thing I wanted to do though was text on. There is a very French-sounding narrator voice.
It's not French, it's Creole.
Creole, French-sounding. Very difficult to hear. I'm going to turn that off, turn it to text, and then Matt and I would just take turns reading it.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. So with the music down, I'm going to do this. Excuse me for a second.
What are you doing now?
The volume of everything else up of the game. Okay.
Alright.
So the music is down.
Now you were saying about what we said last time, the last episode?
Yes. It had to do with the narrator. It can be very difficult to understand, so we'll change the text. Also, you were talking about some voice actors that are involved.
Yeah, so you may have noticed already, the actress who plays Grace there is it Leah Remini? Is that her name? You may know her from The King of Queens or from Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah.
The one where they went to that beach resort and various other things. This is, I think, between Saved by the Bell and King of Queens, so they're able to get her for this. The voice actor who plays Gabriel Knight is, of course, Tim Curry. You may know him from lots of stuff, but what's that? That one movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show, of course. Clue, if you've ever seen that one. Tons of other things. I think he does a really good job in this game.
And I think Mark Hamill also plays a role in one of the characters.
Yes, that's right. Mark Hamill plays several roles, but the main one he plays is the detective. Also, if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll notice that Michael Dorn is also a voice in this game, who is a Worf in Star Trek.
Yes, I think I remember him.
Yeah, he's the we're going to get ahead of ourselves here, but he's one of the main characters.
All right, because this is a Sierra game, it has points you can earn.
Oh yes, points. They're still doing this.
So ideally, you want to max out. You want to get 342 points to complete the game 100%. I would say like 9% of the time you have to do that anyway, but there's a couple things you can miss. You can still complete the game. So our goal is to try to get to 342.
Is that our goal?
Where we get 342, I don't know, but our goal is to beat the game.
I've gotten all the points in a Sierra game.
I think we got one in one of the Space Quest games before.
Oh, maybe. Alright, so every morning what you can do is sometimes you can get messages from Grace, you can read the newspaper, it's a new paper every morning, and you generally have to complete some number of tasks before it'll flip over to the next day. So that's your goal, is to get through all the days. So I would say the first thing you want to do is read the paper.
Yes. Sorry if my face got really bright. I'm in Tacoma right now, and the sun decided to just come out. For the first time this evening.
You don't have any blinds or shades yet, I assume?
About to do that.
Curtains?
It's curtains for you.
Either these curtains go or I do.
There. It's going to be a little odd looking.
It's like the scene from Apocalypse Now.
Very, yeah. Alright, so I can right-click the mouse and change my icons.
Yep.
So we can look around here, and then we can read the newspaper. What do you think?
I think read the newspaper.
Under the
window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing. So this is a bookshop that Gabriel owns. It's doing very badly, as we learn, because rare books, there's no money in it.
Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather.
He has a black leather duster, which I actually had one of those in high school, if you remember.
Yes. That shelf holds used copies of Dime Strife series, Secrets of Unsolved Ancient UFO Mysteries. Something. They just leap out the door.
I bet they do. Books on this, on the repair work. Three snakes and a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What
Very
a
aptly
wacky,
named.
offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
The rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspiring combination. Alright, so back here is his room. Curtains doesn't provide much privacy, but Gabriel's rarely in his bedroom during shop hours anyway. We'll go
Right,
back
he
here
lives here as well, yeah.
And I think this coffee pots, and we can read the newspaper now. His newspaper is on the counter.
Thanks. Very helpful. You gotta use the hand.
It doesn't work that way.
You don't operate a newspaper, you
Why
pick it up.
that? Question newspaper. Stroll on over there. Hand it.
Times-Picayune, dated June 18th, 1993. The front page has an article about the voodoo murderers. The article says that the victims are identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day.
It's your horoscope for the day.
That's my sign as well. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Nothing new. Alright.
Right.
So we got some points.
Got a
Our
point.
first point.
Alright. So I think next is we
Messages?
have to talk to her. What's the talk to her button?
Oh, it's the question mark. This is actually kind of an interesting little system that they brought in for this game. Is where you have these two
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
close-ups of the characters that are talking, and you, like a your standard conversation tree here.
Alright. Just so whoever is aware why I keep saying, what do you know about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book.
First thing in the morning, he
Now
asked
I
her.
know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Yeah, but I do like how they do the split screen thing when you ask questions. There are generic questions that will show up for everybody.
Yep.
With the white ones. You can add more, I think add more later.
That's
And then
right.
there's special ones just for the person you're talking to.
That's right.
And do they change color after you ask them, I think?
No,
What
they
do you
don't.
know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
No, it changed the color. Oh, no.
Oh, does it? Okay, I gotcha.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Tell me about yourself, Chris.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
Whoa. Then we have
So they have another
ones inside.
conversation tree.
How come we haven't gone out
How
yet?
come we haven't... Why are we not
I'm
boning?
still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
2 months. She's so hostile.
And they go away when you ask them. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
How do
that's
you
right.
like working at St. George's Books?
That's the name of it.
Well,
Good.
it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
Ah.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
It works for me.
Works for me.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Oh. Just tell me anything
Just
at
tell
all.
me anything
Anything
at
at
all.
Just anything.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough.
18?
I needed
Oh,
a
that
break.
includes grade school, I guess?
It happens. Just tell me.
Just tell me anything at all.
I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it and I thought, spending a few months here would clear my head.
One more time?
Who does that?
Just
Sure.
tell me anything at all.
I like
I've always wanted to do
pie!
something really adventurous, Something real life. I'm sick of libraries and lecture halls.
So,
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
alright. So,
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Awesome.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
more messages?
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What does she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Uh-oh.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
So that's something we gotta do today, most likely.
Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
See, back in the day, calling Germany was actually something that was very expensive and didn't happen very often.
Even calling outside your area code was expensive.
Right. You calling from like Central Ohio to Southeast Ohio was expensive.
Yes, I don't. Now we can just talk
We
around
just,
the
we
world.
can just Skype. We can bring us on from Germany right now.
Yeah.
I'm not monitoring the chat channel here. We've got some activity.
You were the worst.
So Mini says the graphics are hurting him.
It's hurting you. It should be
Yeah, I
helping
don't
you.
know.
It's
They look
amazing.
good to me. I mean, they're old, but they're good.
Or maybe it's the graphics of the person above me.
And another person, Sirius654, is commenting that this is the older version of Gabriel Knight. That's correct. This has the original voice actors, original graphics.
I'm gonna go.
There is an updated version. Sirius says it's not as good as the hand-drawn stuff. The graphics in the new one are pretty good. I kind of like the original voice actors, though.
Yeah. This is the original game we played, so.
That's right.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Told me to
Mosley!
visit.
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station. At the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel. Those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you
An
know.
obligation.
Gabriel,
I
you
just
know
start
you'll
talking
never
like a
put him
creep.
in your
Alright.
as a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull
Male
with a
pit bull.
really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
And then we can also request her to do stuff for us.
Could you
Right.
do some research for me?
About voodoo.
Sure, what?
I can't think of
No.
anything.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
No, but during the course of the day, you'll come up some things, and you come back to Grace and ask her to. And again, kids, this was sort of pre-web, so requesting research, you'd actually have to go to a library or go talk to people in person, right? So you realize how dated this game was. Some of the things in here,
93 is where it takes place.
right?
I think the web was kind of around, but not really.
Well, the web was invented in 91 is when it had your first website.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't really mainstream until at least 95.
We got more points for talking to her.
Yeah, we did. Every time the bell rings, we get points.
How do I get back?
Just like use the
Question
feet.
it. Question it.
Is anyone back
Alright.
there?
Just yell back there.
Curtain talk.
We'll go back here and look at his room before we go out exploring.
Yep.
Well, here's his room. I can also do this method. It might be easier for me. Medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel.
It's a very 90s hairstyle as well.
Can I grab the hair gel?
Yep. Let's
I'll
not
take
use
this
that
hair
today,
gel.
but may as well grab
You
it.
never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Now I have hair gel. I didn't even mean to do that.
Typewriter's beginning to accumulate cobwebs, so
Should
that's
I
some sort of
feel
writer's
guilty?
block.
Nah.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk.
A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans. I've heard of it.
Jeans
Jeans and t-shirts.
unmade as usual.
Yeah.
I think this,
So I don't think there's anything you can do back here except get that hair gel. At least not yet. You use the phone later on in the game, I know that.
cheap but functional.
Not a cell phone, by the way, an actual wired-in, hardline, oldie-time phone.
Alright, so that's all we can do in here right now.
Well, I think you can get some coffee. Then I'll give you some points.
Yeah.
Good coffee.
Maybe not. Okay. You gotta use the open. Or maybe foot works.
Nope. Open door. Yeah, he puts on that duster.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
See ya.
See ya. Alright, so this is the overhead map, the place we can go. So
This is a French Quarter map. There's actually a larger New Orleans map as well.
we can go to this.
So you can go to your grandmother Knight's house. If you wanted to. The police station, we know we can go there to get the photographs from Mosley.
Napoleon's house.
I don't know what Napoleon House is, but she did say something about a shop, so that's the voodoo mask, I think, in the bottom right. Or the museum / shop. And then St. George's is the knight there, that's where this came from.
There's
So some of these are real places, like Jackson Square and St. Louis Cathedral. So, I mean, there's some morality in this version of New Orleans.
So where would you like to go first?
Oh, I don't know.
Grandmother's
I'd
house
say
or
either
the-
police station or Grandmother Knight.
We're going to Grandma's house. Oh, he has a motorcycle
Alright.
too, by the way, if you guys didn't know
Yes.
that. He's kind of a badass. With a duster.
Yeah, white t-shirt, jeans, motorcycle.
Grandma, open up. I gotta ask about voodoo.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss.
Us. There's only one of you, Grandma.
Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
What's the talk button? Oh,
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy.
you guys know it's
How
coming.
can I
You
help?
guys know it's coming. Get prepared.
Oh boy.
Get ready. Are you guys ready? You guys
I'm ready.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
Should I ask you about voodoo murders?
She doesn't know anything about that.
Can you tell me about New Orleans?
Sure.
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the
Migrated
East
north?
Coast and that California stuff.
California stuff.
Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
This is pre-Katrina as well, everybody. Just FYI. Knight family.
What? Talking about herself?
I don't know. Knight family,
Tell
I
me
think, is
about
more
yourself.
interesting.
About yourself. Just say
Me?
anything.
Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Leave you all day.
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden? I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
She's plays Pokemon
You're
Go.
not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
You
Yawn!
met Granddaddy?
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way."
Grandmother,
Your
boring
granddad
me.
was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend
Don't even
Alma.
voodoo.
And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging
We've
his
got, another
hair
comment in
around
the
with his
chat room.
fire and brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on doos for man, went flying
What?
off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only
Sorry,
ones that
grandmother's boring me.
noticed.
What's going on in the chat room?
We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked
Zero
at us like we were a
six
couple
five
of
four.
loonies. It was there.
Says, I live around New Orleans. I need to get the Gabriel Knight series.
Yes.
Now, I think only this one is set in New Orleans. I may be wrong about that.
Yeah, second one's set in... No, the second two are set in
It's
Germany.
like Germany or something.
The next two are Germany. I
Yeah,
believe.
something
The
like
second
that.
one definitely is. Alright. Tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
No.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
All right, dear.
The Knight family?
Knight family.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Ooh.
Voodoo?
So your father is Harrison Knight, and granddad's Philip Knight, and mother
Tell me
is
something
Margaret
about
Templeton Knight?
Granddad.
Granddad was...
Okay.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
That was Harrison Knight, the grandfather. Philip
Okay,
Knight was
okay.
his father.
Tell
can
me
keep
about
cooking on
my
'em.
father.
Your father was my only How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
So, Terrible Nightmares by his father and grandfather. If you remember the opening scene, he woke up also to a terrible nightmare.
Yep.
Bum, bum.
Well, and it's
Tell
been
me
happening
about my mother.
a lot because
Your
Grace
mother
even
was
commented on
Margaret
it.
Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family.
What do you mean by reckless?
Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will.
I just realized I'm not recording this also.
Oh, that's okay. Twitch records it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start recording it though.
St. Louis Cemetery, number 1, and I think there's actually 3 or 4 of them in what's it called, New Orleans. They're unique cemeteries, tourist attraction, and we actually get to go there and visit them. It kind of looks like the real one. Actually,
Well,
this game makes me want to
pretty
go visit
every
New
time I
Orleans
see
sometimes.
you.
You know?
Knock on my door?
Someone there? They have your furniture?
No, they're not knocking on my door.
Okay. It's your neighbor saying to quiet down.
What?
It's your neighbor saying to quiet down.
No, they're also doing like trim construction, like they're redoing the trimming on all the townhouses around here, and it sounds like they're knocking because they're hammering right on the like baseboard of the house.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm feeling a little confused. All right. So that was answering your questions.
Alright, you want to go upstairs?
Well, we can look around if you want, but
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
going to the attic.
I guess you can go.
Be careful of the dust.
Don't worry, I have a duster on.
Boo!
Yeah, this is the attic. All right, let's go back downstairs. An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, among the discarded treasures in the attic.
Yes, so his family is of German descent. His grandfather immigrated from Germany. Oh, Christmas ornaments, yep. That clock I think is important. There's something else in here too, if I'm not mistaken.
Trunk. It's got hell and back. Old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs. Alright, let's try handing things.
Dig around
There's
there.
nothing I want in there. It looks pretty heavy.
I don't think there's anything else in there.
I think I'll leave that up here. I think I'll leave that. I think I'll leave. I think I'll leave. I think I'll leave. I think.
So could you imagine someone going up in your attic and just saying to themselves over and over again, I think I'll leave that up here.
Mechanical
I think I'll leave
clock.
it up here. Alright, so there's a puzzle here, and I don't remember exactly how to do this. I think there's symbols there. We're going to look at the symbols. 6 symbols. A sword, a sun, an angel, a moose, an eclipse, and a dragon. Okay. So, there's a little key there on the left side as well. I think you turn it. Can you operate that?
No, I gotta operate it.
Use the gears.
Nothing
Okay.
happens.
Now, only because I've played this game so many times, I think I remember the puzzle. There's actually a book of poetry back in your shop with a German poem in it. Do you remember this?
No. You wanna go back and look at it?
The poem was called Drei Drachen, which is German for 3 dragons. So I think you move the dragon to the top, and then you move the hands to 3 o'clock. So can you use the push icon maybe? So move the dragon there to the top. Nope, other way.
I can't tell. Oh, okay, I see now. Click on it, and then you move this thing. Is that the
Move
dragon?
that's the dragon, okay. Then move the hands to 3 o'clock.
Is that 3?
Okay. Nope, me too.
That's not
No,
3.
wait. What are you doing? You're going the wrong way.
That's 3 o'clock.
There you go, 3 o'clock. Now turn the key. I think that's the solution.
Granddaddy,
How do you
you
know
old
that?
fox.
Yes. What's that?
How did you know that?
I played this game so many times. That's why.
Alright, then we should have an inventory, right?
Yeah, so we got some cool stuff here. Let's check it out.
A letter addressed to Heinz Ritter. Whoever that
Heinz Ritter. Sounds very German, doesn't it? There's a picture of some guys.
is. It was father and
He was
2 other men.
grandfather. Okay. 2 other guys in there. Okay. Can you actually use the book icon, which is read, on the letter? The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersburg, West Germany. West Germany was actually a country at one time, everybody. The letter is addressed to Mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter, or Wilhelm Ritter. One of the recurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schottenjäger.
Everybody knows Schottenjägers are shots of Jaeger.
Yes. And the only other thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting, and then the heavy use of a quill tip, bold strokes, and underlining.
I can definitely tell that when I look at a letter, like, wow, this person is definitely hurrying.
When was the last time you looked at a letter? You know what I can tell from the postcards you sent to us?
Oh man, I
You're
can't.
terrible at writing.
Yeah.
The back of the photo has the following written on it: Schloss Ritter, 1925. The label on the hair gel talks about mysterious Hawaiian roots and ancient Oriental secrets. You gonna read the hair gel? You gonna open the hair gel?
Play. Favorites.
Cool. So maybe you want to go show that photo to Grandma Knight.
Nope. Just running away.
I thought there was something else up here though that you needed to get. Maybe not. She can't rejoin.
You know.
That's it. Take a load off, hon.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
No, dear. I'm afraid I don't speak a word of German.
What good are you then, Gran?
Show the picture though. That might be helpful.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
Well, no, dear. You know I can't see.
That one in the middle is your grandfather. Those other two, I don't know.
Some help. Okay, maybe show the hair gel.
Can we talk, Gran?
I think we're done here.
Of course, my boy.
I think you're
Here
right.
we go.
How can I help?
What can
Oh,
you tell
Heinz
me?
Ritter.
Voodoo.
I don't know what else to tell you, dear.
Quit asking
I
me.
can ask her about Schottenjäger.
Have
There you
you
go.
ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Schottenjäger? Schottenjäger? How odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word in years. My goodness, you've given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Mm.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
For those in the chats, make your prediction
Thanks,
of what a
Gran.
Schottenjäger is. I bought some Jaeger actually at the store the other day.
Yeah?
Christmas Jaeger.
Ask her about Heinz Ritter. Heinz
Do
Ritter.
you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
You got
Heinz
so
Ritter.
obviously you do.
Oh, Gabriel. Where did you hear that name?
On a ketchup bottle.
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
I literally just showed it to you. 2
I
minutes
promised I'd never tell you or your father. But I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Gran.
Tell me.
Your granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Harrison Knight legally when he arrived.
That was it?
Sometimes you click on it again, I'll just do some
Why did
additional
Granddad
stuff.
change his name?
I don't know. I tried to ask him about his family, his life before America, but he didn't want to talk about it. He never even told me about his name change. I found out one day when I saw his passport in a drawer. Since he obviously found it painful, I never questioned him about it. But I'm sure it wasn't trouble with the law. Your granddad was the best man I ever knew.
So ask him again, or you think we're good?
Didn't Granddad ever say anything about his past or his family?
Only that his family was crazy, and that he never wanted to see them again. He believed in some family curse, thought that he could spare Philip and Philip's children from what he called old nightmares.
From the sins of his
Harrison
fathers,
wanted to
perhaps.
spare you, though. It cost him plenty. He never did sleep well, and he would often get a far-away, guilty look in his eyes. He was wrestling with something he thought he should be doing, someplace he thought he ought to be. I don't know how he could think that he should be anywhere but with me and our child. It's a terrible way to live.
Let's try again,
Oh,
or ask for a voodoo.
Do you know anything else about Heinz Ritter?
I've told you all I know about your granddad's past.
Do you think about Heinz ketchup then?
I already did a Heinz ketchup joke.
I didn't hear you. I'm gonna kick the door down. You're right,
He
Gran.
stands up and leaves without saying anything.
I hate you, Gran.
Oh,
What are you doing?
get away.
Well, Gran,
Okay.
I'd better get going.
Oh, better walk back.
All right, dear.
I want you to open the door for me, Gran. I can only boot things. Alright.
Alright.
Alright, where to next? Now we got...
The French Quarter. So we could go to either the cemetery, like you suggested, or to get the photos from Mosley.
Let's go talk to Mosley.
Mosley!
Hop on the motorcycle. Give me the photos. Give me the photos.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
What do you know about voodoo? You know what I'm asking.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
Tell me about voodoo.
This guy's voice sounds familiar too.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
What can you tell me about
That's true about Schottenjäger.
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in New Orleans would be a real pleasure.
Mardi Gras a whole
As it
month?
is, I'd rather stick behind this
It was
desk.
1 day.
No, I think it's like a week-long, 2-week-long celebration, but...
Schottenjäger. Ask him about Schottenjäger.
You want a shot of Jaeger?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Can't say that I have, but it sounds dirty.
Oh. Sounds dirty.
Tell me about yourself.
I want to know.
Who, me? I'm the Death Sergeant Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all.
Frick. Ask him about Mosley.
Schottenjäger? Detective Mosley.
I'm here to see
Mosley.
Detective Mosley.
He's out of the
Mosley.
crime scene. Sorry.
Crime scene. Ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding, ding.
What crime scene? Is it a
Yeah.
voodoo crime?
Where's
It's a
the
voodoo crime scene?
Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
Photograph.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah. I got something for you, all right. Soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Weird.
Alright, I guess we're done talking then.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Night.
I don't need to see an ID or anything.
Thanks.
It's 90s. You don't need that stuff.
Oh, so he mentioned a crime scene. I think we're supposed to go to it, but I don't remember how we find out where it is.
Oh, I gotta door it.
Yeah.
And finds 2 photographs.
Alright.
One is
Oh! One of the photos from Mosley is an official voodoo murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim. Please, keep your children away from the screen.
nope. No, I just wanna eye it.
Use one or the other. What are you doing? Use the mask. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then, although I can't really tell because he had a hat on. So whatever.
Alright, another thing I keep forgetting to do is how do you save the game?
S.
Save. Should probably do that.
Yeah, this game, Sierra was starting to get away from the frequent deaths
Oops.
in our adventure games, so it's pretty hard to die in this game. But you can die.
It's part dying, parts goofing off, / I don't want my computer to crash.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just providing commentary for the
Does this
folks at
mean
home.
anything to you?
What are you showing you?
Hey, where'd you get that?
Just hand it to me.
Nowhere.
Well, you shouldn't have that. Put it away before I decide to keep it.
Yes, sir.
Show him the hair gel.
Show there, Joe. My girlfriend is trying to get into our room.
Tell her no girls allowed.
No girls allowed. Show them the hair. Well, I gotta show them the hair gel.
Taunt him.
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
Nope. Does this mean anything to you?
So, I'm kind of remembering now how you go to the crime scene. So I think we're done here.
Alright. I need to foot out of here.
You usually open on that door there. Okay, so we can either go to St. Louis Cemetery, like your grandmother suggested, or we can go to Jackson Square.
Which one do you want to go to? Cemetery?
Well, if you go to Jackson Square, which is the, I think it's the bench, the green park bench.
You wanna go to the bench?
Jackson Square, yeah.
Bench it up.
Cirrus says, hey, njgroves.
I was just typing in chat to see if it was working for me.
So there's a police officer there. And if you hang around long enough, I think you'll hear his radio.
Could I ask you a few questions?
You know I'm going to ask him, right?
Not now, buddy.
Oh.
I'm busy.
I should have noticed that.
Thank you very much. So, there's 4 screens here in Jackson Square. 4 quadrants, if you will. don't talk to those other people. Go to another quadrant.
Coroner requests assistance at now.
Wait, what was the...
So, you can hear his radio a little bit, but it's just sort of garbled.
Why can't I go back over there?
You can.
He's just walking back and forth randomly.
Oh, I think I know. You forgot something at your store. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, I got my... I need my recorder, don't I?
No, you have a recorder.
Oh. What in my store then?
You need a gift certificate
Coroner
from your
requests
store.
assistance at now.
Oh, what? A gift?
Gift certificates from the cash register.
Yeah.
Is it going to Drummond?
What do you know about voodoo?
He's busy drumming.
Is he not going over there?
What you doing here? There you go.
There's a mime.
Oh, okay, I think I know this. They get that mime to follow you.
So I need to question him?
No. Just go walk near him. And he's going to start miming you.
You white-faced geek! You want to eat my fist?
People hate mimes, you see. Including police
Minding his own
officers.
business. Finding his own business.
See where I'm going with this? I've never seen a mime in person. Like,
no.
Why, you
intercepted.
nasty thing, you! I'll call the police, I will!
Have you ever seen a mime just on a street corner busking or something?
Where do I see a mime?
Anywhere.
No.
In person? I never have. I'm not sure they really exist.
Come on, mime.
You can turn the speed, you know.
You can shut your face, you know.
How about I punch-size your face for free? What are you doing?
He doesn't like to exit.
Uh-oh.
That's supposed to happen.
Why, you nasty thing, you! I'll call the police, I will!
No.
Ah!
I just got the mime.
Homicide team attend.
Oh, the mime. Now you gotta go get the mime again. Turn up your walking speed.
You turn up your walking speed.
There you go.
Oh. Vroom. Vroom.
Maybe a bit fast.
Vroom, 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 vroom. See, he doesn't like to go over there. Oh.
Well, I
finally.
never.
You man. Maybe you have to go around the other way.
Nope, 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 nope.
These people.
Stop it. I'm trying to get a mime to follow me, people.
Maybe go down towards the bottom. There you go. There we go. Now here's gonna bother the police officer.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that.
Really?
Right, mister. You want some of this?
Now steal his bike.
Steal the bike?
Gabriel likes his own. Oh, whatever. Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Good thing he's already dead.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 911.
Pop.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey, you! Get away from that bike.
Hey, want some rye?
Sorry.
Pretty sure it's the same guy.
There's nothing too off right there.
Change the speed down a little bit.
Okay.
Not here though.
Well, you gotta wait till you're back in the walk. So now you can go back to the main map, and there you go. Crime scene. Booyah.
Oh, didn't show the cool kickstand thing. Crime scene team still in the sight. Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks to avoid adding to general confusion.
Oh, we're supposed to have a magnifying glass?
Then you go back to my,
I think that's from your bookstore, right?
no, we're leaving. You can always come back here.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, mostly.
Hey, mostly.
Mostly.
Huh?
Huh? Hee.
Knight, you wiener. I told you not to call me that.
Luke Skywalker,
Feel
ladies and
jumpy.
gentlemen.
Who,
Give me a round of
me?
applause. Luke
Don't
Skywalker.
be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, for the book. But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh?
I'm gonna shoot
You know,
everybody.
he had no lines in episode 7,
It's enough.
and
You can
a whole bunch of
send
lines in this
ammo
game.
and no
and
frickin'
got paid
clue.
probably way more for
Still
episode
waiting
7.
on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
What do you know about voodoo?
Little cutscene here.
Gabriel Knight kind of looks like Prince and what's the guy who plays Iron
It
Man?
looks like Mariah Carey.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
Nothing to be concerned about, Miss.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Just ignore this dead body I'm showing off to people.
I think that's a famous voice actress as well.
Forget it. That's Molly Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Man, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
Meat wagon to Tuna Town.
What?
Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though.
Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though.
Stop by if you want to go over the case.
Thanks.
Took off quick.
Don't mess around, New Orleans. So, there's some markings there on the ground, right?
I don't know if we can do anything besides look at it. Oh. But there is
It's
a pattern.
smeared. There's a small area. Isn't there like a sketchbook or something you can get? You missed a whole bunch of stuff.
Do you want to go back to,
Back to the St. George's bookstop.
yeah. You said there was nothing else we needed. No, nothing else we need here. Let's just leave.
Yeah, you know.
Darcy, home.
Oh boy, party time.
Speed down.
She seems a bit sarcastic.
Let's hand this thing. Oh, I need...
What are you doing? Open it. You want to open it?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, kids.
Bruno, how nice.
Hey, Bruno.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
Hardly. Oh.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
Rare.
Rob Paulson, ladies and gentlemen.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
Yes.
How much would you give me for it, Bruno?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, my boy. And soon.
Oh, Bruno. Get out of here.
South Park. Oh, I was trying to open this thing.
To Nordstrom's? What? Use the open.
Oh.
Crazy.
Let's try everything.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take, or in the case of St. George's book, the mistake. Oh.
You see him cry chop it?
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Can I give her hair gel?
Do you know anything about this?
Yeah. You should cut that mop of yours and throw that stuff away.
Never.
You're showing her the hair gel?
Yeah.
Can you get some of her art supplies or something?
Ashtray.
No.
Oh, there's a magnifying glass.
Oh yeah, magnifying glass?
Magnifying glass?
The tweezers are next to it, I think.
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
Tweezers?
No
I'm
pixel
gonna
hunting?
take the tweezers for a bit.
I'm taking them for a bit.
Good.
Mine.
You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
What does that mean?
Just trying to make you feel at home.
What does that mean?
Like a sketchbook?
Her art supplies right there. Can you like borrow them or something?
Where are art supplies at?
It's like right behind Grace there, under the painting.
Wouldn't dare touch it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something like a little sketchbook or.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Let's see, mid-tag means midday, noon.
Yeah, this is the puzzle I was talking about. You actually find that poem.
Spiel means game. Interesting.
And you can use that dictionary to translate part of it.
Himmel means 7. Dry means 3.
See? I was right.
I don't know where you find that poem at though.
It's in the other bookshelf, I think. On the north side of the screen there. Somewhere.
I think you're lying.
Yeah, I really am. Maybe it's in the back room, the sketchbooky thing.
All my clothes look the same.
I don't see any clickable items.
If I threw that stuff I might need a flashlight.
That's not it, but...
All my
Just window, just click everywhere. Oh. No.
It's a phone.
Oh, I don't want to leave, ever. Okay. Maybe get it from Mosley? Like steal his sketchbook or something?
Could be. Well, I don't know, I gotta get going here. Getting pretty late in the East Coast.
I'm on the West Coast. It's only 7:30 here.
Are you gonna keep playing?
No. Do you want to call it quits here then?
Yeah, let's just call it quits here.
33 points.
In the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to do some research, see if there's a better way to do this whole thing.
Save.
Instead of this Skype OBS nonsense that we can't get a handle on.
Yeah. I'll have my furniture tomorrow, so I'll have more comfortable settings, and I should have my headphones by next week also, so that should help a little bit, I think.
Okay, good.
Go to...
Alright.
Wait, let me change it to this.
Contact information up there.
You guys have been watching Some Rye. We were playing Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. Point-and-click adventure game. I'm njgroves. This is my brother mgroves. Watch our stuff on YouTube for past game we played, Legend of Crondia. And then that's... thanks for watching.
Yep. Alright. Later.